something on? Okay. Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here from Kyiv, Ukraine. I need to hold it. I'm sorry. We're having this new program today. One program. It's not going to be a regular program, just one program. And this program is a special program for the lovers of Mayowa and Co. Mayowa has a company, a whole company of people that are following her, that have all been expecting her to be back. Now, good news to you all, because your loving or lovely Mayowa is back. So Mayowa was off. Mayowa was working here with Julie for 1 year. She was actually more than 1 year working here with me and helping us. And you know, the way we work here in Ukraine is like over the board, 16, 18 hours a day. So 16, 18 hours a day of work is what we were involved with. And for over a year, and I think after working like that for a year, it was time for Mayowa to take a break, and Julie too. So they traveled on vacation for 2 months. They are just back now. But just for your information, I want to, not for your information, just to say, maybe for your information, we were supposed to have another, maybe you saw the advert with Jude. We were supposed to have a program with Jude from Nigeria. But unfortunately, you know the line with Nigeria. The line was not going through. The sound was not good. The volume was not fine. So that's why we couldn't have the program we had planned together with Jude. But thank God that Mayowa just came 2 days ago to Ukraine. And yesterday I told Dr. Victor that before you say Mayowa will participate in the next program, you need to first of all introduce her and let people know that she's back in Ukraine. And I was thinking it back at the back of my head that we need to do a program just to welcome her back, and so that for people to know that Mayowa is back. And I'm going to ask her how she rested, how she's, where she went, how she spent her time, and what are the programs she has done so far. And then you begin to receive her. Maybe from tomorrow she will begin to do a program again. So welcome, Miss Madame, Medmeze Mayowa Anko. Mayowa Anko, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So now, first of all, I want to say, yesterday I got a letter from Nigeria from one of my relatives who goes to Debakare's church. And they said, and they happened to discover in that church that we are relatives. So one of the pastors, not Debakare himself, but one of his pastors, decided to write to this my relative and challenge you and say that Pastor Sunday is now attacking Tunde Bakare also, because then they provided their proofs and arguments, which is Mayowa's videos on my YouTube, and say, you see, so we know that Mayowa is in Pastor Sunday's team, and now, so I wrote back, I said, hey, bro, you are aware that who started this whole thing, that it is Tunde Bakare who started the whole thing. Where were you and where was he when Tunde Bakare was making jest and calling us out with that phrase, and you people didn't say anything at that point? But now that Mayowa is now replying, now you are all panicking. Where is your justice? Where is your own feeling of justice? If you say we are the one who started, what are you talking about? You want to tell me you are not aware of the message that Tunde Bakare did? And I said, that's number one. Number two, who does Tunde Bakare and you all, who do you agree your messages with before you preach? So if you don't agree it with me, and you don't need to come and report to me what we should preach. Why should Mayowa report to me? of what she's preaching. I don't even know what she's going to preach. And why should we report to you, or I report to you, about what Mayowa is preaching or what I am supposed to preach? You are not. You report to me first, then we'll begin to report to you back later on. Anyway, why I'm making the point is that Mayowa, you have become fear and fear. You know, the fear of Mayowa is the beginning of wisdom now for the GOs in Nigeria. So that's why I was saying what I was saying. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help you put this thing. You can light that like that. I'm going to put it somewhere here. Yeah. Good. I think it should be good for you. All right. So welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
So how was your time? How did you rest? I saw that you are still able to, you were able to do what you needed to do. You are still doing your program. Yeah, tell us about it. Were you able to, combine all those things and, be able to discipline yourself around the time zones? And just tell your people, you just talk to your people because they are seeing you in Kyiv for the first time for a long time. So go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching and thank you for being Mayowa's co. So I really appreciate everyone and all the love that you've been showing me. I really appreciate it. And, I love you all back. I love you just equally as you love me, if not more. And I appreciate you again. So I just want to thank you very much for that. Yes, I am back in Kyiv, Ukraine with Dr. Sunday. I guess you can just say I couldn't stay away for too long. It was just impossible because, maybe I know a little bit more now about purpose. I know maybe a little bit more about being a solution to the world. The purpose of being in the world is to be a solution and to leave some sort of legacy for the future or for future generation, not to live for myself and not to live for now alone, to live for the future. So maybe that's part of the driving force. But wherever I was in the world during the last, it's actually 3 months since.
The voice, no volume?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
So wherever I was in the world.
You can put it here.
Okay.
No, yeah, either like that or you can take it and put it here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best place. Good.
Okay. So guys, wherever I've been in the world, everything has just been aligned to Kyiv. It's been aligned to Dr. Sunday. It's been aligned to purpose. So it doesn't matter where I was. My heart was always here and with everybody. And what needs to happen for the future and what we need to do in terms of Nigeria, not just Nigeria, the world in general. I have a better understanding of that now. And I'm really glad and privileged. Privileged in the sense that, I got to know Dr. Sunday and I took the actions that, I had to leave London to come to Ukraine. But I'm also privileged to be able to travel and see for myself without the theory of Dr. Sunday, where Dr. Sunday would many times said, I've asked him this question before and he would have said, traveling is just a waste of time and certain things is a waste of time. And I just think, okay, it's a waste of time for you.
Vacationing.
Vacation, yes, that's it. Vacationing is a waste of time. And I try to work around that and say, okay, I'm going to be doing something while I'm in those places. But really, I can actually conclude as well that, yeah, there are elements of waste of time in that if you don't have a purpose or you're not doing something that is far-reaching. But for me personally, I'm glad that I did it. It's out of my system now. And I just want to face my purpose and do the best I can for humanity. Just to be useful, knowing that I'm just not a number in this world, that God put me on this earth for a reason. I'm much more clearer about that, and I want to drive that more. Yeah. So wherever I've been, I was hoping Dr. Sunday would be asking me questions, but
I'm going to be asking you questions.
So
now, if you want to ask me to ask you a question, I'm going to ask you one.
Yes.
And the next question I will ask is, when you are here, you are having a tremendous amount of pressure, a tremendous amount of work, a tremendous amount of hard work. it's morning till night here. You are hardly sleeping, just very few hours of sleep. But when you were on vacation, you were having all the time you needed. So I wrote a book. You know that book, right?
Yes.
Or you just saw it when you
Work
came?
is better than book.
Work is better than vacation. Work is better than
Yeah.
vacation, and labor is better than favor.
Favor. Yeah, I was
Right.
here when you published that.
When I published it. So, what is your experience telling you? Is it better to be in an atmosphere of such intensity of work? Or is better to just go and shield? Because I remember before you came to Ukraine, you wanted to go to Portugal or Spain or somewhere, and you are going to, I said, what are you going there for? You said, oh, just
I'm going
with
to
friends
shield.
to shield. I said, what is shield? Well, just to lie down and be able to get out from work and be able to go and relax, and with friends, that is what we do. So I said, but you are telling me you don't have money. But how is it that you don't have money? But is it for free? You say, oh yeah, maybe some things are free or some, but we still have to pay for some things. So you don't have money and you are paying for some things to travel. How many times do you travel like that in a year? Oh, maybe a few times. Last time I was in Spain, next time I'm going to Portugal, next time I want to go to Israel. So what is that about? Yeah. Well, that's how you get out. That's just the route. We all have to do that. So that is the vacation kind of thing. That is what people say they are living for. They make their money to spend it on vacation. But here you are for a whole year in Ukraine, and you are just working hard, even though people's lives were being changed all over the world. You became an international phenomenon. But still, is it not better to travel like that and just chill, especially now that you have tasted what it means to work hard, but work for purpose, and then you went again to chill, not to really, maybe to rest, because this time was really deserved rest, but still, which is preferable?
Well, I would say categorically, for me, it is definitely the work. And that's for me, okay? I think everybody have to discover themselves.
The work, intensity of work.
Yes, the intensity of work. Now, I don't even like sleep anymore because sleep for me is almost like I am dying when I should be awake. And it's a self-inflated death. And that's what it is in my own head, that I died for a few hours. And I have to get up on time so that I can get on to do something to change the world. I actually feel like I'm behind. So for somebody that feels that they're behind, you can imagine mentally what sleep is doing for me. Sleep is
especially since you discovered Pastor Sunday later in life, just 2 years ago.
2016, I discovered Dr. Sunday online on
Look,
Facebook.
I'm sorry, welcome. I thought it was one L. Welcome, or is it double L?
It's one.
One L. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So for me, I think categorically, I will repeat, for me, the work is better for me. The work is the life that I had. The work is living for me. So the vacation didn't do it for me. In all of the places.
I like that. So work is life.
Yes, and it's living.
Work is living.
Yeah.
It is living life. Not shilling is life. Shilling is actually dying.
Yeah, that's how I
Why
felt.
work is living. I got it.
Yes. So, and for me also, I found that I couldn't just relax when my head is not relaxed.
No, but start from where you were.
Yeah.
Because just a year or 2 years ago, you were still like that, isn't it? Or that thing that I told them, the story that I told them about you traveling, because you didn't affirm it, if it is true or not.
I did.
We used to live like that.
Yes.
And then let people just know so that they could identify, because
Okay, so prior to 2016 and even during the year 2016, I traveled, I think, 3 times on holiday. So 5 days, 10 days maximum. And I do that every year. So minimum travel is twice a year that I travel. So every 6 months or so, I would travel. But I also travel for work, but that's work. Get on the plane and an hour or so to another city in United Kingdom, in England. So for me, the chilling one that Dr. Sunday mentioned is actually what I lived for. So I would earn my money, and I would look for a luxury holiday every year, at least twice. And I'll go and I'll just sit down, do nothing. And I'll justify it to myself that I work very hard which is in employment with Uncle Sam. And I need to go on holiday. And besides, we have this culture in the corporate world where everyone talks about, where have you been? What did you do? So that's something to talk about. Oh, I'm going to this year. I'm going to go to Saint-Tropez this year. I'm going to Portugal. I'm going there. You just have this shallow kind of living, this shallow lifestyle.
And to be able to talk about it.
Yes, to be able to talk about it, and I did that for many years, and I thought that was how life is. I didn't know better. But even though I didn't know better, I was not content. I was not content inside. I felt empty. I did all of those things. And even if I go on those holidays, then I just come back and, okay, yes, I've been there, but I have to almost kind of show something to people that, I'm grateful that I can go. I went on holiday and I'm back and it's great. And, how can I don't know how to explain my dissatisfaction to the world, to everyone that says, oh, you're so lucky, you went out, you went on holiday, you're back, okay, back to work, are you refreshed? I say yes, even though I'm not refreshed because I was not fulfilled. How can you be refreshed and not be fulfilled? So I come back and then I do another 6 months or so, and then I book another holiday, and then it's just like a wheel. You're just going like the rat, going up and, on and on in a wheel. So that was my life prior to actually coming to Ukraine. So work and holiday, work and go on holiday, and, that was it. And it was not purpose-driven at all. There was nothing about purpose for me during all those years. Most of my adult life until 2016, it had nothing to do with purpose. And then Dr. Sunday started teaching about that, and I started, finding out, what is this purpose? What is this about? I know they talk about, in church that I used to go, they talk about destiny and certain things, but it's very confusing and ambiguous, but Dr. Sunday broke it down. And when I came here, it was, okay, I need to discover that purpose. I need to know what to do, and I need to do it so that I can, I can live a fulfilled life. But it was such a challenge to find that out, to know exactly. You have to do your own research, get to know yourself, get to know what the world needs, get to understand the things that God has put inside of you. It's a lot, and you have to be determined to do that. Otherwise, you might just be derailed, especially coming from my background and environment. It's just very shallow. It's very, this is what looks good.
Chilling environment.
Yeah. So, it was a challenge.
But I have two questions in that area, because one question is, so you didn't understand calling and purpose, living a purposeful life?
No.
So that was life to you before? Going traveling and coming back and work and traveling.
And even choosing work, the work I would choose is not like a purpose type of work. It was just, okay, this is good. This seems like a good thing to do, and then I'll go and do that. The companies I would choose as well is like, oh, this company seems like a good company. They have great benefits, or, if I was working as a contractor, this will look good in my CV, or it's a great place to work. It was not really on the purpose and what I'm doing for the world or for a larger purpose than me. It was just all for me, for my flesh, what makes me feel good. Is it good to the proximity of my home? Do they pay travel expenses? All those kind of things are
egocentric.
Yes.
It's ego-driven,
Yes.
selfish-driven.
Yes. So it was not, about anybody else. It was just about me.
Talking about vacations, what would you say about people who normally would tell me, I would like to come to Ukraine. For HMT, for example, but I cannot make it. I would like to go for studies or for some courses, but I cannot go for it because I don't have the money. I'm hard on cash. I don't have money. But at the same time, they will find money to travel to Shield on vacation. So I never could understand that, and I still don't understand it.
Okay, I think maybe
How do you explain that? Because you were there.
Yeah, I think it's called misplaced priorities.
Okay.
And what you need not to feel the need for the chilling is actually the education, the training. But because you didn't understand that is the training that you need to propel you or to give you the feeling of satisfaction that you're feeding with the holiday, the chilling that you think you need to feed, it's like a drug. You know, you think that the holiday is what would help you, but the holiday is not what will help you. It's the healthy eating, and the healthy eating is actually the HMT, the education, the understanding.
The spiritual eating. Yeah.
Yes, is what you need. So it's not the drug that will help you. The drug might mask it for the 5 days or the 10 days that the drug being the holiday will mask it for those period, but it wouldn't help you long term. So long term, the antidote to your need of holiday is actually the education, because it's what you know that would actually give you that satisfaction. And when you take action, just not just the information, when you take the action based on what you know, you're more confident, and you don't need holiday, which we call drug, to kind of help. Yeah, chilling and, you know, vacation for just vacation's sake. You know, I wasn't even interested to go and look around the country, the places that I went, because, you know, what's the purpose of me looking around? If I look around, I'm looking around, what can we change for Nigeria? How is this thing going to help Africa? What are they doing better? What could they improve on based on what they have? What are, you know, how are people? Those are the things I look at now. Whereas before, I just, oh, this is a good landmark. And, you know, I just look at it and just move on. You know, even when I'm in any accommodation, hotel, I look at how the toilets and bathrooms are built, so that, you know, we could build this for Africa. You could develop this, you know, we could do this differently, a little bit better. You know, those are what I look at now, you know, unlike before. So the need for holidays, or should I say the need for vacation to chill, is because of lack of satisfaction. You know, you think that you want to, or fulfillment. You think that you want to go on this holiday to chill and relax for 5 days, 10 days, whatever period of time. But you come back to the same you, to the same issues.
But how can you talk about satisfaction when you are not being paid for what you are doing? I know you are doing this program on Mayowa and Co. And you are, you know, getting yourself into a lot of trouble, actually, and sacrificing a lot of time.
Yeah.
Your resources, your time, your energy, and still you are not being paid. Even to be in Ukraine, many people might not know this, that Mayowa is not being paid to be in Ukraine. So you are not being paid to be in Ukraine, you don't get salary, you don't get compensation. So you are here at your own expense. And how could you say that is still more satisfying than when you are in England, you are working, going to work from every day, then take the money and spend it to chill, and then at least, you know, you go to restaurants, you used to like restaurants and shopping and all those things. So those are the things I call vanity of life, right? But those are the things that a lot of people live for, not just you, but you've been there. So how could you now say working hard, you know, touching the world, helping Dr. Sunday, doing some very hard work that you never did before, learning new things every day, that how can all that be preferable to the life of just, you know, predictably going to work, coming back, and then vacation, shopping, friends, and things like that?
Well, for many people, let me just say, for me personally, money is important, okay? So I'm just going to say money is important, but it's a tool, okay? And for me, I was misusing the money anyway, because I wasn't getting the satisfaction that I needed. I wasn't getting the fulfillment that I needed. So I was using that tool to try and buy the things that I think would help me. So the money tool, I was using it to buy those things. So I never had enough, because it's almost like a drug. I was using the tool of money to feed an habit because I was dissatisfied. You know, so that's what I was doing with money. So, you know, if you have money and you don't know what to do with it, or you feel like if you have money and you're not satisfied, you come to the same block. It's still a round circle. And I discovered that just like the tool of the money, there's other tools. So there are tools of my time, what I can do with my time. There's tools of educating myself, information.
Adding value.
And adding value to other people as well. So I started, you know.
And fulfilling your ministry, realizing your potential.
Absolutely. So realizing my potential, just spreading myself out there and learning from other people, and just generally the purpose and the core is about love, but not just love for myself. So the money that I had was money and love for myself, the tool for myself, and then I changed the tool to the tool for the whole world. So I earn for myself, and I now do other things for other people. So I'm using the tool of my of the skills, abilities that I had that they were dormant. I was just focusing on tool of money, earn money, and give and buy things for myself to improve or to feed an habit or to feel the satisfaction or to mask something. It didn't work for me. So being in Ukraine, the question is, being in Ukraine and not earning cash, but I'm earning much more than cash. So I didn't, the need for cash money too is different from, is satisfied in other ways. So that's how I can put it. That need is satisfied for me in other ways because I earn that money to pay to mask the dissatisfaction. But so everything I did was to buy things to satisfy myself. I buy holiday, I buy food, I buy food going to restaurants, the experience of going to restaurants, even though I've been so hundreds of times.
Yeah,
I repeatedly
what is
go
that?
to eat.
That is, I don't even know how one could call that value.
Yeah,
it's
that's
good
what
to
I
go
did.
to a restaurant maybe once in 3 months, once in 6 months, but what is that?
Yes, and I wasn't using my money for charity. Maybe I'll give like £5.
You are giving to church.
I was giving. Oh yes, of course, that's true. The only charity I was giving it to, supposedly charity, was church. So tithes, offerings, special offerings, and so on and so forth. And then the rest of it is just on myself. I don't even look at the people or the things around me. That needs help. The very people that God says I should pay attention to. I don't pay attention to them because I've paid my dues to you through tithes and offering and special offering that was called, and the rest is now for me to mask the dissatisfaction and aimlessness.
Look for joy, really.
Yes.
Just look for joy. Look for satisfaction.
Yeah, with the rest.
In things you do from outside rather than what is coming from your inside.
Yeah.
But the way it's supposed to be is that it's supposed to be, that satisfaction you are looking for was supposed to be coming from your inside, from the harmony you found within yourself, and the harmony you found between you and God, and the harmony you found within yourself that you are releasing to the world and being, creating in other people. So that is what is supposed to be the source of satisfaction. But instead of all that is supposed to be coming from inside, what's happening to you, and that is what happens to a lot of people, is that you are looking to fulfill it from what you get from outside.
Yep.
And let's talk about satisfaction like that. Look at Nigeria. Do you know why people in Nigeria like to use titles? If you are Nigerian, if you remember, if you can relate to this, that every Nigerian likes either to be a GO or a pastor or a bishop or a chief. Some people even say engineer, this and this. Some people even say GP, general JP, general practitioner. What is that, nurse? You can put JP or something or whatever. Nursing. What is that? And somebody will say civil engineer this or architect this. What is all that? But I know what it is. What that means is an attempt from people to get value and to be valued, not for who they are inside.
Yeah.
But they attach all these things to themselves so that you could value them by the attachments, the titles that follow their name.
Yeah.
Or before, that's those they want to create, they want to impress you, create an impression, and make you to think, they want to influence you to think that is who they are. Can you imagine medical doctors saying doctor this? In the West, only at work you put that. But in a place, it's everywhere, doctor this. What is doctor? You are not doctor, what is that?
Yeah. It's the truth. Yeah.
You are only a doctor if you are a doctor of science. In this country, for example, you are not a doctor if you are just a medical doctor.
Yeah.
But they don't even use that. Doctors are people who are like me, doctors of science, doctors of PhD or doctors of even PhD people like Olena and others, they are all PhD. They don't even use them. But in Nigeria, they will even write not just doctor, they will write PhD at the end. What is that? So that is all or chief or this or that or that is all to let people they attach all these big things so that you will value them and assess them by those things. So in Nigeria, for example, people want to build big houses. The quality inside will be bad though. There will be no finishing, but they will have that big house. Whose house is this?
My house.
It is that man's house. It's a rich man. That's what they need. They are creating effects outside. So that's why even stars in Nigeria, they want to be popular. They want to be on television. Who is that? But they don't have content inside. So that's one of the challenges we have to change in Nigeria, that people should be assessed by the content of what. That's why everybody wants to have big church. Yeah. Everybody will have to have big building. Why? That is what they use to quantify and qualify who they are, instead of using the inner wealth, the content of character, the content of the heart to determine who they are. They always put those attachments. That is similar to what you are saying. Yeah. That party, shilling, restaurant,
buying
stuff. Things. Those are all attempts to compensate what you're supposed to be coming from inside. Yeah. The satisfaction that you are now having from inside. You wanted to take it from outside. It will never end that way.
Unfortunately. So the money part of it. So I hope my explanation gives you clarity in terms of the money. You know, for me now, I want to earn with my content and use it to then build those, to build for other people as well. You know, there's so many people that need to
add value.
To add value.
To use it to build up other people.
Yes. Yeah. So in some respect, actually, I think I should actually be paying for this experience, but maybe I should be paying
just like the people who are editing my books, because normally they will come to me, they don't know how to do it. We teach them how to do it, and then later we still pay them for it, and they say, oh, wow, we're supposed to be paying for this, but you still paying us for it.
Yes, but I do understand. I'm not living in cuckoo land. I know people need to pay bills. I know that there's certain things that need to happen. You've committed yourself. Some people have young children. You can't explain this to children. You can't explain certain things to your family, your partner. Some of the things that you've committed yourself to, that are separate from even the need, like wants. So those need to be maintained, or even before you even let them go, you need to close them one way or the other. But I'm just fortunate enough to be able to just leave, and if I'm not earning now, it doesn't mean I'm
a
not
lot of
earning
people
tomorrow.
say that. A lot of people say that if not for family or for work, that they will be gone.
Yeah.
They will just be like you.
Yes.
But they cannot afford it because they have family and they have husbands or they have children, and they cannot do what they need to do.
For me, I think that's still priority, but I do understand. I'm not pointing any fingers, but I'm able to do that and just leave and come here and do my best.
Okay, now you also said there was some positive elements to your traveling this time.
Yes.
So because you have encountered purpose, and now your purpose is connected to your place of birth and African continent as well, and we are all carrying the same burden for Africa right now. So now, because when you came here at first, you were not even singing all that.
No, I did say that I wanted to be part of the Nigerian Transformation Project, and I came for that, right? But I don't know where I really fit in. I know I have the project management skills, but actually a lot of the things that I'm able to do now is through the encouragement and others, yourself, Dr. Sunday, seeing it even before I could see it. Seeing the things that I'm able to do before I could.
I myself.
Yeah, I myself. I couldn't see some things, and you saw those things, and how natural they are to me, and I didn't even see them. So again, if I was staying in London, I still wouldn't be able to see it, and you wouldn't see it either. You wouldn't see it in me either. So you see, everything just fits perfectly into place. You know, it all worked out the way it's supposed to for me. And I cannot, I think in terms of knowing your purpose and understanding, you have to really put yourself out there. You know, if I didn't put myself out there, I really wouldn't really know my purpose.
Yeah, but you wanted to join the team. Maybe
Yeah.
I will rephrase my question again. You wanted to join the team and to learn and to grow and to be able
Yes.
to go to Nigeria so that we'll do
Yes,
it better.
yes.
Now, but you just traveling away for 2 weeks now.
2 months.
2 months. I want you to tell us, me and others, because you are now seeing things that will be helpful for Nigeria.
Yes.
You are now seeing things that how we could make Nigeria grow. You are seeing the world with a new set of eyes. But you had traveled before. You are coming from England. But you are never seeing everything and relating them back for a purpose. So now you are seeing things, relating it to the purpose of transforming Nigeria. So what are you now seeing? What is different the way you see things now?
Okay, for leaving from here to to travel, I thought I was just going to travel. Even after everything that I've learned from Dr. Sunday, I thought I'll be
You
traveling.
thought you were the same?
Yes. I thought, I've learned a lot and I can just go out there and then just put myself out there, and maybe sometimes I'll do the program or I do other things, and, I'm prepared, I know what I'm doing. But actually, everything that Dr. Sunday have been saying in terms of Nigeria came to life. I actually physically saw those things by going to all these countries. I mean, I was mostly in South Asian countries and then later to Australia and North America. So,
Like what countries?
So I was in Singapore,
Okay.
Thailand, Bali.
But that's Indonesia.
Indonesia, yes. Australia.
Malaysia.
Yes. Australia.
Okay.
And
Mexico.
Then US states.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so in all those places, I realized a huge thing. With Africa, how we all say, Africa, is down and out and all this. I actually realized that we're up there in Africa. What we don't have is organization and actually taking the right actions. We don't have them, and those people do. In terms of what abilities that God is giving us, we have them, but it's not organized. It's all over the place, and these places, they're not better than us. Singapore, looking at the history of Singapore and how they've changed it. Singapore is absolutely beautiful, We could do that. Just look at what they're doing, what they have done, and then we do it now, we do it or do it better. They're
Use
all
our
there.
own resources and potential.
Yes, and do
the
it
same
better.
thing.
And even countries like Indonesia, I found that is very disappointing for me, because I spent the longest in Indonesia because I thought it was going to be a great, it's picturesque and everything is going to be perfect. No. In terms of understanding, they are very stuck in religion,
And tradition.
and traditions. And, if they are stuck in religion and traditions and they're still, to some extent, able to build a tourist industry the way that they did, Nigeria really has no excuse at all. These are people that prey on, on leaves and, scents. And, paganism, a lot of paganism happening. But they are still pragmatic in creating.
And able to build a bigger and greater country than Nigeria.
Yes.
But we have greater potential, right? With God.
We have a lot of potential. So what's our excuse, really? If you have God, you have understanding, you're not doing all these rituals.
We have the truth.
Yes, we have the truth. We have abilities,
But the thing is that the reason why we have not been able to do better than them, and they have been able to do better than us, even though they are practicing Buddhism, they are practicing paganism and all those things quite directly, quite outrightly, quite blatantly. But in our own case, we pretend to be practicing Christianity, to know the truth, but we're not living by the truth. So we're actually still practicing the same paganism like them, only they are not deceptive about their practice. They are at least truthful. But because we are not truthful, we became worse off than them.
Absolutely, and because one of the things when we arrived in Bali was the taxi driver was telling us when we were saying how things looked, was telling us that they believe in karma. So whatever they do to people, it comes back to them. That's basically their belief. So they're not believing in miracle. They're believing in actually doing something. But they are still doing these paganism activities and believing in the God that doesn't really exist, or is an inanimate object, statues. But they actually believe that what I do to you will come to me, even though that's not it doesn't align with paganism. But again, they organize their thought. They're willing to work hard. They're willing to work at what they know. Use their talents and their skills that they know to do something, and not wait for miracles to happen or somebody else to do it for them. They're willing to do it for other people because maybe that's when the gods will reward them for different reasons. But I'm going there on holiday. I didn't go to Nigeria to try and
thousands of other people are going there from all over the world.
Yes.
Not going to Nigeria.
Yeah. There was no fear of anything in terms of security or the mundane things that we are, worried about in Nigeria.
And they are raking in billions.
Yes, billions, yes. The beaches are not particularly better. Even maybe in the pictures you see that the beaches look great. They're not particularly better. The people are not particularly wealthier, the actual people that live there. But they have all these things to market. They have assets to market to the world.
They are industrious.
Yes. So and
they make something happen for themselves.
Yes, and we need to do that as well. And whenever they create something, they create something that everyone else can benefit from. With Nigeria, just like the Sunday was talking about the house, you build something for yourself. You do this for myself. For everything is for yourself. So you build a nice house for yourself when you could build a nice library that other people could benefit from.
The world.
Yes. You have a 10-bedroom house. It's nice, it's magnificent, everybody is looking at it, but it's just for you and your family. You could build a 2-bedroom or a 4-bedroom.
And then you lose your job, you cannot maintain it.
Yes. You could have a 4-bedroom and have a library that the world will benefit from. That people that educate themselves from that library will come back and build you a house. Or reward you later. Or you don't even think them rewarding you. You can only sleep in one bed. You're not going to sleep in 10 beds in your 10 bedrooms. So all those kind of things, I think our values and our priorities are totally warped, and this is part of the problem. So I learned from each places. I was learning, how to structure certain things. If I look at how maybe a hotel room that I stayed in is built, and the facilities that are in that hotel room, it gives me an idea. Yes, we could do this for Nigeria.
When we get up.
Yes, we could do this for Nigeria. Maybe we'll do this one differently. Maybe we'll add this. And each country, those are the things that I'm saying. I look at rooms a lot, the sizes of the rooms, how much you need. I look at bathroom and shower together, shower and toilet together, or shower and toilet separately. I look at wardrobes. Those are the things that I'm looking at. I'm not interested in...
So your mind is being creative while you are resting. So that's a good kind of rest and vacation. It's a productive vacation. And you are not just looking. So your mind has become productive. You see, that is why vision is important. I wrote a book. It's called A Visionless Life is a Meaningless Life. Absolutely. Because you have that vision. So anything you see is related, corresponding to that vision. So vision brings purpose. Vision brings meaning. And that vision that you have about Nigeria and Africa, making it better, makes everything, the rooms you see make sense. The bathrooms you see make sense. And the things that you're looking at, you are not just opening your eyes, you are not just walking to sleep in a room, but you are actually gaining. And
yes. I look at the other things, even garbage disposal, getting rid of things. And I know Nigeria has a huge problem, especially in big cities like Lagos, has a huge problem with that, disposing garbage and dirt and all the smelling. And how they dispose in Indonesia, how they dispose in Australia, and how they dispose in America. And compare and contrast and see which one works better, where you can drive to go and dispose certain things. I even think of reward system for disposing things in the right way and, doing things in the correct way. So I didn't see vacation the way that I used to, where I used to chill. When I used to chill, I would just stay by the beach or pool and at best I may read, you know, but most of the time it's just gazing at nothing, you know, and soaking in the sun. But I couldn't do that now. It doesn't matter, you know, what I do, even soaps and wash basin and the type of water and how water comes out. Everything is ventilation in bathroom, in rooms. I look at those things.
So now that you are telling me all those things, now you are gaining my interest to ask you. So what are the new ideas you've come back with? Did you write them down,
I wrote some of them down.
or you just keep them in your mind?
No, a lot in my mind, but most of them also I wrote down. So I wrote things like, you know, infrastructure,
Okay.
how we could build the infrastructure, actually disposing and renewing, using it to do to recycling.
Yes.
You know, that's a big thing, that what we could recycle and how we could recycle, creating jobs through this recycling, and also supporting families through recycling. I thought about education as well, library, resource center. So not just a library where you borrow a book and go, but resource center to teach people skills, not just to come there to read and go, but read and actually acquire the skills that you need in that facility, the resource center, that the community can come in and gain on. But a lot of I don't know why infrastructure, building, and all those things were the things that were coming to my mind. Even shops, how shops are built, how they...
Yeah, please write them down, because
Yeah.
we will need all those things. One of the
Yes.
things that I want us to do when we get to Nigeria is that, by the grace of God, and I think God is going to help us to do this, because we are going with so many people who are Europeans and who Nigerians as well, who are coming from diaspora. I want us to build our own estate. Not like people are building, like businessmen going to build to sell. I'm talking about building a place where we all could live together. You know, like we are living together here in this house. But this is just like a mini world, but that will have a real estate, like a town, which is just kingdom lifestyle, but for like 2,000 people or 5,000 people,
Yes.
where everything, you know.
Yes, yes.
So that kind of thing would need all those things you
Yes.
were talking about.
Yes, even food, preparation of food, and, you know, wastage, a lot of things, those were the things that I was just seeing how they are managing things, even how salesperson, how you interact with salespeople, how we could take that, also training people in sales and relating to others and everything, how things are put together in shops. That's my thing, you know, that's what I was seeing while I was traveling. So I wasn't going and taking pictures, because that's what I thought I would do. Take pictures and become a digital nomad and tell you, oh, this place is great, this place is good, you know, go to Indonesia, go to Australia, Australia is great. No, I was absolutely not interested in that. I was interested in, as soon as I arrive in each places, my eyes is just, okay, how is this house built? How are people, you know, living? You know, is this good? Could this be improved? Those are the things that I could see.
Let's change the topic a little bit. So what about coming back?
Well,
Is there any change here? Anything
Huge.
since, how did you leave? And since you came back, any change you've noticed?
huge changes. Oh
You
my
tell them,
God.
because they might not be aware.
Okay, right.
No,
When-
but we started noticing the changes, I think, when you were
Yes,
there.
when I was in, wherever I was, and I watched the program whenever I could, and I will look at the studio and think, okay, this is another studio entirely that Dr. Sunday is in.
Another building,
Yeah, it's
another
another building.
premises.
It's not in the same building. It's another premises. But the only thing that got me to realize is the actual flooring.
Yeah.
So I knew that the flooring in the where I left was black and white, like this.
Tiles.
Yeah, tiles. So I knew that this is possibly, unless if they put the same black and white tiles anywhere else. But everything has changed. You know, the team has changed as well, and the way things are done has changed. And I'm very proud of everybody, because it's like all hands on deck, and we have even more professionals here that I'm so proud, because I need to learn now. I need to learn from the people that are here, not
That
just
you handed over to.
yes. And that's the greatest thing, because I need to sit down, listen to them. They need to tell me, you know, this is how you do this now. This is how you do that. And
Well, you were teaching them when you were leaving.
yes, and it's great, because now it's an opportunity for me to learn something else that I didn't know. I wasn't able to do. And you know, this place is bigger, era, everything is more professional. I was telling Dr. Sunday that from watching, everything is more dynamic. So I'm more engaged when I'm watching online now. You know, before I'm quite good before in 2016 to just listen and not actually look at you, not watch, you know, just listen to your voice. But now I feel like I have to engage because there's something going on, something would featured on the screen. And it's really great for many learners, different type of learning styles, because the variety is there. So yes, I love it. I love
and
the
the
new
studio technology, the pictures, the
Yes,
cameras,
yes.
and
the pictures,
computers.
4K. So it doesn't matter what device you're using, you really have a good picture. You should have a good picture. You know, everything is just amazing. The improvement is almost 100%, I think, with everything. The
Totally
camera
changed.
totally changed.
No need to be correcting
Yeah.
holding the iPad. And
iPad, and then, you know, move, change the screen, do this, everything
we
is
don't
there
even
in
need
place.
all the things that Daniel Asenga bought us anymore. We don't,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stick and
yeah.
all that.
I love it. It's good. It's beautiful. Yes. So a huge.
And everything is computerized now. So it's a
Yeah.
big
Yes.
learning curve.
Everything. I need to learn. I have a lot to learn. But some of the skills as well that I learned from here, that's another thing that maybe people need to know. I was able to use them, you know, while I was away to do the program, because if I didn't have those skills,
Yeah, you won't know what to do.
Yes, I won't know what to do. And also, I met with a lot of DSA family. So I must say that I met in London with DSA family, in America with DSA family.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. I'm
yeah.
sure they are all expecting
Yes.
that. Yeah, let's start from London. I'm
Yes.
sure you met from London. Yeah,
Yes.
tell us about that.
I met-
I'm sure they're shouting out to you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So Christian Al organized for us to meet DSA family, and they were just the best. You know, I'm going to say everybody is the best, but they did a great job. So we met on a day, I think it was on a Saturday, and it's just more like a welcome. We fellowship together. They ask questions. We talk to them about our experience here in Kyiv and what we're planning to do for the future. And, you know, just generally, we talked about religion, some of the challenges that we've had in religion and what we know now and how we want other people to be liberated. We have a video on that. So if you go to Sunday Adelaide Official, you will see the video. So DSA family in London, welcome Mayowa and Julie. I believe it is, but you will see it there. So that was the first group of people. So I met new friends, you know, new family. It felt pretty much that I knew everybody already, just putting a face to the name. So that was great. And then...
So who did you get to meet in England that you had not met in HMT?
Oh.
Can you remember any person that you met that you had not really seen before?
Yes, Olayinka.
Okay.
I met Olayinka. I can't remember his last name, but
Olayinka is enough.
Yes, yes. So he's called before, and he was in one of my program and also your Dr. Sunday's program, and he really gave us a really good example and made us laugh. And to actually see the Olayinka was really great, you know. And he said, "Oh," I said, "I know, just the fact that you spoke." The voice rings a bell, and it was such a great opportunity to meet everybody. But yes, Olayinka was the person that I spoke to a few times during the calls, and I haven't met, and I met in London. I also met, I think it was Donald as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Donald King.
Yes.
Okay.
Donald King, that's it. And yes, it was nice also to see him. And other names that I cannot remember. And I also met Queen Mommy Freeze. They call him Mommy Freeze.
Mommy Freeze?
Yes,
I can't
on
remember
the platform.
Name. I can't remember a name like that.
No, you know, when they write the comment, you know, I look at the comment.
Okay,
They call her, sorry, Mommy
But that is not
Freeze.
her name.
No, that's not her name. Her name is...
no, don't worry about her name. At least she will recognize herself.
Yes.
And people know who you are talking about.
Yes, and I also met other people that I knew in London through friends, but I didn't know they were watching Dr. Sunday, or, you know, and they like, "Oh, Mayowa, oh my God, you know, we watch you," and they're friends of friends or colleagues from, you know, old previous jobs. So it was really nice to see a lot of people in London, and they came and they fed us well, we drank, and we had a very good time together. So that was really good.
And you met Mr. the Banjokos
Oh,
as well.
of course. Mr. Banjoko spoiled us rotten. I mean, most people spoil us. We met Mr. Banjoko Senior and also Banjoko Junior. So we always had something to do. In London, it was just trying to put time for everybody. I met Benita. I met with Benita. We went out to eat. There's so many people. We were just meeting people in London almost every week. There was a week that we had to cancel because Julie had to go to Germany, so we couldn't see anybody, but we did back to back, day after day, so.
So you met Banjoko, which is my family?
Yes, and people also, they wanted us to stay, so it's the accommodation. Being DSA family, it comes with so much perks, I'm telling you. So much benefit. So I was going to different types of houses, different types of apartments. Mr. Banjoko gave us a whole flat, to stay in central London. So we were there. There was the gym there was tennis courts. We were just like,
now,
wow.
When you came back here, I met my sister. So
Yeah.
and then you got to meet another Banjoko in Nigeria that is also doing another revolution. The judicial revolution. What are you thinking about your life now? You are almost an Idomila girl now.
Yes.
You're almost a part of, you are not just part of the DSA family, but you're almost part of Pastor Sunday's family.
I mean, Pastor Sunday's family already, okay, everybody knows, right? Already, we're not going to even hide this. They're already part of me, and I'm part of them. So we can't even change that. The people that don't like it, tough luck to everybody that don't. But you will like it if you see what I see and you experience what I experience. But I was saying there's something about Idomila, right? And all this family.
Idomila.
Yes. There's something about them. And I'm not one to even praise one country or one. You know that. I said nobody is
but
better
I
than
said it myself. There are two people I said when I go back to Nigeria, I want to pay attention to. Two people groups. All Nigeria is important to me. And I will pay attention to all of them. But I will pay attention to the Igbos.
You said that. Yeah.
I said that, especially Anambra and the Ijebu people. Yeah.
So
now you are seeing the reason why.
Yes. But there's something there. There's something about the water. Guys, please don't get me wrong, right? Nobody is better than you, okay? And we should all be proud.
And I have a book on that. Nobody is better than you.
I'm just saying that's Mr. Banjoko. And we should all be proud of who we are.
But the Domila is special.
Yes, there's something special, okay? There's something special. And I've never been into villages or going into anywhere. My mom is from Ijebu, but Domila is absolutely special. And the people there, they are burning the candle through both ends, and in a very, very special way. The judiciary that Dr. Sunday mentioned with a judge from Mrs. Banjoko as well. Yeah. And also Dr. Sunday and what, he's bringing the world to realize, to see. So I think
and your best buddies in London are now the Banjokos also.
I know, and in London, I mean, Mrs. Banjoko, oh my God, she's so much fun. We spent like a whole night with Chinese, and,
and now you know Banjoko Senior and Banjoko Junior.
I do, and oh my God, I actually came to Ukraine because of with Pastor Lide. I came now. I will come later, earlier, yes. So I would have come to Ukraine, guys, okay. But I came earlier because she's leaving soon, and I just couldn't. I was saying to myself, I'll see her in Nigeria, but that was just a lie that I was telling myself. And eventually I knew that I don't want to take her for granted. Nothing is going to happen to her. I will still see her in Nigeria, but now that I have the opportunity, rather than having to go to Nigeria before I see her, to come here to Ukraine and meet her, and believe me, she's like 100% more than I expected. I just wanted to thank her. For me, she goes down in history. Mother Teresa, maybe on a par with her or even better, because I tell you, if this woman have not said to Dr. Sunday that in Deuteronomy 28, 13 to 14, which is, God will make you, you can be the head and not the tail, and there's nobody's, this is for everybody. Yeah. If she hadn't spoken those words, God knows where we would be, God knows where I would be, and my belief in God and, everything. So for me, and meeting her, she's so warm. it was like she was waiting for me, you know, and not once did we speak while I was away. You know, we didn't get to talk at all. I didn't ask the Sunday to introduce me, nothing. I just wanted to meet her, touch her, you know, be around her. And I came and I was welcomed. And, I don't need to tell you guys about Pastor Bosse already. You know, coming, she already came to welcome me. This whole family, there's something different. There's something totally unique that is really worth emulating and developing to be better. Because Pastor Lide, an amazing woman. I'm just like a kid around her. I don't want to live where she is. I want to be in a room. I'm constantly going to her to talk to her. And I've only been here now, it's now maybe going 30 something hours. The sleep time, and then the rest of the time, what does she like? What does she want to do? You know, it's just sit and talk. Maybe it's like I'm talking to my mom and my sister and my friend in the combination, her smile, her reasoning, everything is totally different. I don't really want her to go, even going to...
You know, funny enough, those things you are saying about the family, the Domela people, you know, I receive people here all the time. I receive people here from Nigeria, from England, from America, Africans, white. But my staff here, my Russian people, my staff, they always tell me, these people who are your family members, these Domela people, there is something different about them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, you see that...
They say they are humble, they are simple, they are real, they are original, they are just totally different.
Yeah. Your family, yes, that's true, you know. And totally different kind of human being that I'm seeing here. So I've really enjoyed in the last 24 hours since yesterday, being here, meeting Pastor Lai.
And the reason I'm talking about this is that for people to know that Idomila used to be looked at as a cursed place.
Wow.
You know, that's what Satan does. So I want to give hope to somebody that is watching now, that it doesn't matter. Go back to your village, everybody. Go and love on your village. Go and sow some seed of love and acceptance. Because when we lost all those prominent members of the family in a very short time, including the patron of the Banjoko family as well, the Banjoko dad. He was one of the richest people he was one of the most successful people in the whole of Nigeria. So, and you know, I mean, people are just dying. And when that was happening, everybody ran away from Idomela. So I'm saying this for a purpose. Because, and everybody said, this land is cursed, this country is cursed. And Banjoko himself came under pressure when he was still alive that he should run for his life. So that he would not die, because all his junior people like our brothers and things have died, and a lot of other people. He would not run away. But we now decided that we would not run away. But unfortunately, we are just Anglicans. So now that we didn't run away, we embraced the village through the love of Christ. Now that we are saved, we are now embracing the village. Now, from that same village, God now is redeeming Nigeria, so to say. I mean, just look at what that lady is doing in judiciary alone. I even saw some paid adverts, or maybe not paid, but just adverts from groups of people saying, we want the federal government to put federal government security around this lady now, because she's become a treasure in the country that we don't want to lose her. So please protect her because she's so bold, she's doing the right thing. These are the kind of people we need. And look at what we are doing from here in the spirit realm, in the spiritual world. Look at the change that is happening. I mean, somebody sent me a video of Redeemed Church now feeding people.
Yes, I have that video.
Yes, and I taught them in that church how to feed people 12 years ago. And their pastor came to ask me questions on how to begin to feed people. I gave the whole program. So they started to do it when I was there with them in Nigeria, and they stopped. But now when this fire started again...
And they're filming it now as well.
Yeah, now they want to say, no, we now got it.
Yes.
Things are changing.
Yes.
And I heard that even some faculties in in universities, some Christian universities, they are now giving scholarship. Give scholarship to pastors' children. Give scholarship to not just pastors' kids, but to members, ministers. Either they, or some people, just things are changing right now.
Yes, and that's what we want. We just want those changes because we know they are
But one of the changes that must happen in Nigeria and in Africa in general is that people must go back to their villages. Go love your village. Go love your village, because what has happened, especially in Yoruba land, is that people run away from their villages. But Igbo is better. Igbo land is better because they all go back to their villages, they have houses. But in Nigeria, the tradition is you run away from your village.
Yeah, because the pastors tell you to go.
They tell you have witches and wizards. And that there are some generational curses that are buried in your father's house.
Yes, and it's really important. Mentioning this about not going back to the village, I just want to say to people as well.
So I'm going to talk about the Domila. Anybody likes it or not, I'm going to be proud of it, and I'm going to tell you the fruits and the result that is coming from a Domila, so that you know that a place that was once rejected, will become the cornerstone, not just for the city, but for the whole country.
Yes. And the other thing I want to say is that we really operate on fear too much. We have to really, we have to know really who we believe. Do we believe God, or we believe people?
Superstition.
Yeah, superstition and what people say or tradition says.
Yeah.
You have to just let go of fear totally and just know that you're with God and you're light and you're the salt of the earth. And that even goes with this traveling and the things that I did, just going away and going around. Some of these things you wouldn't do. For me, they kept on saying, don't leave Dr. Sunday's house. I even had people saying that don't leave. Yeah, because of my programs. Yes.
Fear.
Yeah, trying to put that fear in me, and I was doing that anyway. So guys, right? God has got your back. It's not any man or any woman. Yes, it's great to love each other and do things for love, but you must do it out. Don't do it in fear, okay? Fear must not be the reasons you do or you don't do something. Yeah. You have to do things because it's true and you believe in that and you want to be a solution. So if I was to believe, don't leave, don't do certain things, don't do this, don't call this person's name. If you call this person's name, you will die. If you do this, nothing is going to happen. And this is what I got from Dr. Sunday.
I only have 2 minutes more. Did you also meet DSC family in the U.S.?
Yes, I met with Aisha.
But they'll be waiting and say, okay, yes, you met us. Don't forget about us.
Yeah, I met with Aisha Abdullah with the husband and the son. Amazing people. I mean, the husband is not somebody you even see his name on the platform at all, And he was just talking about Dr. Sunday, what he's going to do for Nigeria. He has a huge plan for Nigeria and also the religious cabals. So he's got his plan and, he's going to...
Even though he's from Ghana.
Yeah, he's from Ghana, but he's lived in Nigeria before. Oh, okay. His dad took him to Nigeria during his working time. Okay. And then I also met Rafi, and I stayed with them. Yes. So I stayed with both.
So you have families.
Yes. So Maryland, family. Washington, I was there.
The family is now everywhere.
Yes. Mrs. Olojo of New York. Ooh. Yes. I met with her. And it was amazing. Just, seeing the DSA family around the world. And it's just because the logistics of having to travel from places to places, especially in US, I traveled to 6 states in US. Ooh. And it wasn't that easy. It was just like traveling internationally as well. You have to check in, you have to do all these things. I have to carry all my bags as I do with everywhere that I'm going because I don't know where I'll be.
Otherwise,
yes,
you could be everywhere.
Yes. And also everybody gave me the opportunity to do my live broadcast. So they were also, what do you need? And, they gave me that opportunity. It was just like being with family everywhere, all over the world. And I'm just so grateful for that. And they propelled me to want to do more.
Now, I can hear people asking questions. When are you coming on?
Yes. Yes.
When are you coming on?
Well, I'm going to be on tomorrow afternoon. So I think I'm going to go back to the time of 4.
Yeah.
So I'll be
4
back.
4 or 3?
4
3 Ukraine time.
It was 4 Ukraine time before. Okay. So should I do 3?
Just think about it.
Yes. Guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow.
You announce it. Announce it. Let somebody do a banner for you.
Okay. So I'm going to be back tomorrow again. I'm thinking but because we need a lot of time so we can prepare for this. Because the studio now, we need the studio and we need good time to prepare. So I think we'll make it 3 p.m. Ukraine time. So that will be 1 p.m. UK time. It'll be during your lunch hour every single day, and I'm back tomorrow.
Beautiful. Well, that's it. We've been having the last 1 hour with Mayowa, welcoming her back to Ukraine. Thank you so much for what you are doing for people.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you are doing for God. Great is your reward, and thank you for being a good example. A good example of that other people could emulate and know that this is possible. Especially considering the fact of where you are coming from. You didn't even want to use the telephone. You couldn't even look at yourself. You couldn't even talk in the camera. And you've gone so far. Yeah. Congrats. Thank you for what you are doing. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I will be back in the next 30 minutes to continue the generation of temple cleansers and idol smashers. Peace.
Thank you.